Продолжится игра Final Fantasy 16. С вами PS5 плеер, и мы идем на утес Клича Ястреба. Прошу прощения, не та кнопочка. С этих вересковых нагорий открывается вид на замок Розалит и все, что лежит перед ним. Опять погода говно, блять, что за жизнь-то такая? Вечно мне не везет.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
Не ведь он Гэв.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Ой, давайте не будем вспоминать этот пафосный монолог. Так, пёсель что-то учуял. У нас свой Гэв есть, зачем нам два Гэва?
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
I killed Mrs. Hall.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Сложно.
We will face it together then.
Ты не услышал ее. Что за намеки?
Come on.
Let's go! Кровные узы.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Ведь комары ебаные. А. Не, Чокоба мы бить не будем. Ну, замок какой-то, это то, что нам нужно, да? Ой, блядские комары, как же вы заебали. Ну давайте, комаров придется убить, что я могу сделать? Давай. Хорошо. Хорошо, комары умирают, мне нравится. Это кто? Это что за хуйта?
No mistakes.
Это обычный челик или это? Это не тот, который нам надо... Не, но он бы подсветился, я думаю. Да ты заебал. Хорош.
yours, Torgal. Nice try. Nice try. Too slow.
Да ты заебал. Его можно было не трогать, но ладно. Бог бы с ним. Ну Чокобу я не хочу убивать. Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не. Все. Живите Чокобу. Все. Всяких.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Че, опять опоздали?
Jill, look.
Черные пацаны? Да.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
Например.
Fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100-fold...
Так, давайте посмотрим, что у этого торговца есть.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Клинок Гай продает. Блять, везде продают какое-то говно, я не понимаю. Кобальтовые кисточки за 24 тысячи. Нахер никому не нужны. О! Ночные кошмары за 20 тысяч. Дешево, кстати. А мне продать тебе нечего, да? Блять, я уже все продал. Так, а где второй?
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy? You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands.
Понятно, кого они ищут.
If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is
Нет.
using for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
Должен заметить, как же нам повезло то, что свели эту хуйню с лица. Теперь мы можем нормально общаться, и нас никто нахуй не посылает.
I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at
Может,
least
тебе
ask why?
поебалу дать?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
Какие-то мои неженки. Куколдизмом попахивает. Надо было ебало набить этому мэру.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Ну, брат твой, он на поверхности.
Well, I would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Надейся и жди. Скала Шалопа. Бежим в район порта.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Я хотел было взять Чокобо, но в горах, конечно, Чокобо не очень удобно. Это кто такой?
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. This one.
Клочья.
Over here. Stay down. Attack. Go for it.
Музыка напряженная. Так, а вот и черный щит. Здорово, пацаны! Опа! Здорово, пацаны! Опа! Сдохни! Что-то... Ваши черные мальчики как-то себя слабо ведут. Кстати, заметили или нет, стало намного меньше выпадать зелий. То есть они практически не выпадают во время пути. Я не знаю, может это связано с тем, что у меня они почти заполнены. Но если играть с немножко другим составом ингредиентов, это будет посложнее, конечно. Всякие раковины. Ладно, погнали. Опять эти чуваки. Павшие охотники, мать вашу. О, сундучок. Так, тут мы были, да? Перепроверю. Да. Назад, назад, назад. Ребятишки мои, ребятишечки. Здорово. Блядь, не туда. Ты мразь. Да блять, сука, съебаная ты проститутка-то. Лях. Так, дальше нам надо вниз. Я понял. Блять, я испугался, блять. Нормально, кстати, нам так накидывают, кстати. Так, а тут какая-то кровища, ребята.
Blood, Clive.
Да, вижу. Чем так здорово. И Торгл рычит, все тоже плохо.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still...
Ложки, блять!
Steal.
Ложки вы!
Then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation.
Да ты сейчас ляжешь сразу, чувак.
In darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn.
Да.
These are swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. Get him. This one. Nice try. Over here.
Такие они пафосные долбоебики. Я не могу. Нормально. Мне за вас даже 100 накинули. Спасибо. А, вот кто тут кровушкой облил. Весь честной народ напугал.
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. That's better.
Подпрыгнул как боженька.
Find something, boy.
Вонючих черномазых? Ой, простите.
Found her.
А ставки-то повышаются. Lady and gentlemen.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Пора показать мамке, что зря она родила тебя.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Она-то не знает, что ты непростой малыш.
Yes.
Она думает, что ты конченый. Ой, как она ошибается.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Жалко, что в дома нельзя заходить. Жесть. Вот это геноцид начался, а?
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Пускай попробуют. Я боюсь, что спрашивать я у них не буду.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
That's no. You didn't hear nothing.
Ну, я предположил, что тут могут быть заныканные штуки-дрюки. А вот там, кстати, ребята. А вон ребята.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
You won't survive another night.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. Be gone.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
You'll find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Империя не досчитается многих ребят.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Ну что, ребята, мы идем надирать задницы, да? Ну, кстати, здесь можно и чокобы взять. А, нельзя? Тихие пески. Шелковая нить.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. Thanks, Gal. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Обелиск, обелиск.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for
Fuck off!
Hang the jealous bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, away with you, filth! Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Ну, я так и знал. Тот момент, когда ты понимаешь, что...
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Да-да-да. Мы идем к дяде, я забыл. Моя память. Ну сюда, сюда, ну это понятно было, я сразу. Я сюда сразу подошел.
The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Конечно, безопасно, когда я с тобой. А это типа глава закончилась, нихуя. Свет во тьме, дамы и господа. Ничего.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Фига, они быстрее меня бегут. Вы охренели? Округ лазарь. Не люблю, когда так делают.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Так.
Not abandoned then.
А вот и какой-то мужик. Внезапно маг такой.
We'll show ourselves out.
Ой, да ладно, кого вы боитесь? Они явно хотят пиздюлей получить. Собака! Собака! Тварь! Такой, на нахуй. Куда-то убегает. Они опыт приносят. Всякие штуки, дрюки. Да ему 350 монет. За убийство долбоебов. Охуенно. Вот бы мне... Главарь разбойников. Продолжение. Это же наш парень. Это наш парень. Я говорил, что он жив. Сорян, что мы твоих замочили. Это наш парень.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
Простите, мы там 6 ваших зарубили. Блять, вот это вот условности, это, конечно, забавно. А, не, они типа живы, ну понятно. Потому что всех остальных мы убиваем, а эти выжили. Мы просто им задницу надрали.
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, There is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant.
А, то есть они все-таки вот этих ребят искали.
We've had our hands full just trying to keep the duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready.
То есть, вы хотите сказать, что эта великолепная сударыня родила 3 детей, и все 3 мальчики. Ебать ей фартит, а? Сколько мы слышали историй, когда наоборот постоянно рождались девочки, но я еще понимаю, когда из 3 1 мальчик родился, там, или хотя бы 2. Ну, блядь, 3 из 3, я такой хуйни никогда не попахивает какой-то хуйней. И небось ее... Не, ну он маленький, он не может быть каким-то... Еще одним огневым чуваком.
Perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours.
Пойдемте надерем им жопу.
Witness the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Бля, в этих суднаках никогда нет ничего интересного. Хоть та какая-то. О, у них тоже... Так. Пустынная роза, песчаник особой формы. У нас такого нет, кстати. Давайте купим, не знаю, штук 15.
Of course, my lord. Our thanks, my lord.
I'm sure that it will prove useful. Our thanks, my lord. I will be here should you need aught else.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Второй чувак тоже должен жить, по идее, быть.
You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment.
Четвером попрошу.
Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Что-то как-то... Ну ладно. Да! В ходе сюжетных заданий к Клайве будут часто присоединяться помощники, однако некоторые потенциальные союзники все же предпочтут остаться в убежище, когда узнают, куда направляется главный герой. Ничего не понял. О чем речь сейчас была?
We'll keep them from the bridge. Don't you worry.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Погнали.
Sideways. How was the Black Shields?
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
Straight home now.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Ну что, если по моей команде, моя команда уничтожить. Destroy this man.
What is it now? I told you.
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard...
Поосторожней с собакой, она тебе сейчас яички-то отгрызет. Черный говноедус. Попробуй. Огонь невозможно погасить.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Оп.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank.
Another wyvern to fight.
Oh.
Nice try.
More dragons.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Так. Мелких надо убрать. Бум. И вот и все. Ваше. О! Легендарный. Легендарный куколд сейчас придет. Так вы же черные, это вас надо чистить. Не белый чувак. Опа. Ты мразь-то, а? Ну? Так. На колени, мразь. Готов. Чуть-чуть не хватило. Ах ты, блядь, мразь. Ебаные. А, нет, все равно хватило. Я думал, мне пробивать придется его. Нормально. Нормально мы ему насовали. Так, у меня уже косарик там накопился, кстати. Кольцо, между прочим, имперского подлатника мне выпало. Понятно, было ли оно у меня когда-нибудь, возможно, нет. Но у меня там уже 1000, можно что-нибудь прокачать. Хорошо так.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
Конечно, сработал.
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will.
Оптимистичный Уэйд.
For as long as the fire burns,
Это же Уэйд Уилсон! Дэдпул будущий.
and her loyal
Шутка.
subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian
Ауф!
flies over Rosalith once more.
Ауф.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Задание выполнено, между прочим. И мы получили опыт. И еще монеток. Куча магического пепла. Солидно, солидно. Все это я считаю очень солидным.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Это дядя.
Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
О, нам даст какую-то штуку.
It's the mark of the Guardians.
Метка.
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Печать получена. Обожженный клинок от Уэйда.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Замечательная была битва, сражений, you know. Порт Изольда, имперская провинция Розария. Поместье Росфилдов, между прочим. Сейчас мы встречаемся с нашим дедушкой.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Черные щиты идут.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
А, нет.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago.
Нет, ты не Байрон, ты другой.
And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue. You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Это что-то из кино.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Это что-то на локальном. Какие-то мемы пошли. А, он нас учил, типа, сражаться.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Театральное что-то.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Его он щеки отожрал.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
И мне, пожалуйста, порцию. Я не против.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible...
А, я думал, сейчас какой-то будет сюжетный твист.
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Ой, не нравится то, что он, блядь, что-то грустит, что-то там все, блядь, накрутило нахуй. Как обычно.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Ну, что-то да. Завидует, что ли?
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
Это в прошлом, поэтому не надо так убиваться.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Меня пугает она своими приколами. Так, надо вернуться назад, да? Пам-пам-пам-пам-пам-пам-пам. Большой путь мы проделали, безусловно. Здесь вводится чудище. Следующая глава.
But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Слушайте, а я так понял, что плюс это не просто задание, да, вот как вот здесь вот повар, хуёвар. Я так понял, что когда плюс, это значит, что наша задача поговорить, что к нам кто-то присоединится. То есть я когда в прошлый раз пошел на плюс, к нам присоединился наш замечательный Чокобо. Поэтому, может быть, в этом прикол. Но об этом мы, соответственно, узнаем уже в следующей серии. Отличная была серия. До новых встреч.